Hello, Richie here, my fellow drifter maniacs, and welcome to my new RC Lipo battery test. Now I would give you the brand of these, but I just have, as they are by rclipobattery.com. Literally, that is the name of these things. I've just actually bought these myself. Why have you done that, Richie? They're 100C rated 6S packs. Yeah, so what? But they're 6,000 milliamps a piece, and those two things combined mean they have a rating of 133 watt hours a piece, meaning these things should give a huge punch in my latest iteration of my Arrma Felony. Now, I'm going to give you a quick tour around the car, and then I'm going to take you out and show you just how much power these things have got. And as you may notice from the car, the power these give is quite devastating. But then let me show you the new power plant, and you may find out why. Well, as I say, I do this stuff so you don't have to. As you can see, the body has taken a bit of a pounding on there on this side, and I've discovered the car has actually got a NASCAR style rear wing tucked away under the rear ring, which is no longer attached to the car. And we've got a bit of bodywork damage at the back here, so I'm going to have to completely replace this tray. Might need to replace that with an entire new body. Certainly need a new rear wing. So what have we got hiding under the skin that caused that damage from the power from those two batteries? Well, at the heart of the matter, we've got a Castle XLX2 ESC, which with that mount fits under the bodywork without any fouling whatsoever. Castle 1650 kV motor on there, 34 tooth spool, 29 tooth pinion. You will notice just one battery connector. That is because in today's RC Lipo battery test, you're going to see this car running with these two batteries in parallel. For one thing, I wanted the extra weight in there to keep this car on the ground, which has been a bit of an issue. But I figure with both of those running in parallel, we're going to get absolutely huge combined power, which the Castle ESC should be more than capable of handling. So let's go and see just how good this combined setup is. I'm going to talk about the punch the batteries give, the duration, and you're going to find out exactly what kind of power this car's got to cause that kind of damage. If anybody's interested in fitting a similar setup, I will put a link to the plate below the video. And a big shout out to El Moorhead, whose videos on the Arrma Felony I've found particularly inspirational. Well, this is literally a test of RC Lipo batteries, because as the name of the batteries I've shown you is rclipobattery.com. These are 100C 6,000 milliamp 6S packs. I've got them running here in parallel, so it should be giving me a total of 12,000 milliamps on there, powering this XLX2 ESC. I found this combination to be devastatingly effective. This is my new Castle 1650 motor. We're running a 29 tooth pinion, 34 tooth spool on here, so I've set the speed meter running and we'll see how we get on there. But in the main, I'm interested in the power delivery, duration of the batteries, etc, etc. Nice sunny Californian evening for once, and for once there's less wind than normal, which has been plaguing me down at this venue. Anyway, let's check everything's going well. The power delivery on this car, bear in mind it's got the 34 tooth spool and the 29 tooth pinion. Power delivery is frightening. That's spinning all four wheels on a hard launch with a spool on, for goodness sake. Let's get a bit of heat in the tyres. Okay, give it a bit of run rate. Feed that power in. You can feed it in quite hard. Ooh, man. Said I think that front spoiler might be catching actually. Feed that power in now. I'm a tough baby. Anyway, just want to check my GPS is still on board. See what we got out of that. The power delivery from these batteries, absolutely awesome. 79 miles an hour on there, but the front spoiler, I lowered it down a bit the other day to try and get it to stop flipping, and I think it's catching the ground a bit. And it is quite expensive to run in this combination. It's probably lasting about
2 battery packs before the tyres are wearing out, which is quite expensive. Might look smooth, but there's some nasty bumps down here, and at speed it does want to flip. Come on, this car has done 114 miles an hour with a cat pack on. Anything, nothing behind me. Come on, Rich, get on that power railing. I'd run up the hill. It's quite dusty today. It's spinning all 4 wheels. That is the main problem. I decreased the downforce on the rear because I felt that was a problem, and I have a feeling I might have caused the problem by doing that. Drop it like you stole it, boy. Oh, I think on the plus side, I am going to need to experiment with the new rear wing anyway, as that one appears to be, to use the polite technical term, slightly damaged there. Pulled away completely on there. Oh look, it's got like a little NASCAR type spoiler on the back. I might as well rip that completely off, because that is damn useless. Put it in my pocket because I don't want to leave any litter. That body is taking a pounding, but it is on. And there are not many cars you could flip at that kind of speed. Power these batteries have got is absolutely frightening. Without that rear spoiler, it's proving interesting. Well, I have a feeling we could do with like a Raz Schifrin type carbon fibre wing on the back of this thing to keep this power down. It is just bonkers with the thing, and Earl Moorhead has been a huge inspiration to me, so do check out Earl's videos because he's done some awesome ones of the Felony. 97 miles an hour, that is more like it, but bear in mind it is still spinning all 4 wheels at speed, which is quite terrifying, and I'm having to steer that at speed there as well. But the thing you need to bear in mind with this car is you'd be thinking it wouldn't drift with that gear ratio, but it will drift with the best of them, in fact. But the problem is it's got so much power it will blow the rear tyres, so I've got to be a bit careful, as it is rather expensive to run, as I say. But these packs are showing no signs at all of any car. I mean, it's just ballistic, the power on the thing. Spinning the rear wheels all the time. I mean, this is a powerful setup anyway, but with those batteries in parallel, that thing is just playing crazy. Well, I might have gone through another rear tyre there, Richie. Have a quick sanity check. Oh, beginning to wear through. I think the comment's coming, oh, very warm, probably coming slightly unglued with the heat, and oh, I think I might need a new rear tray as well. Joys of speed runs. Well, duration wise, I've been running hard as can be, coming up on 100 mile an hour passes for coming up on 35 minutes, and they have still got as much punch coming from these batteries as from the second I started driving with them. They are just not tailing off at all. They're not necessarily the cheapest of batteries, but they do appear to do exactly what they say on the tin, and they certainly have the feel of genuine 100C batteries on there. That combined with running them in parallel on this car is proving absolutely devastating, so much so that it's wearing at the expense of tyres. But I think a new rear wing might help. I cut the previous one down to reduce the downforce to increase the speed, but I think I was getting but that's decreased the grip at the rear, and I've had problems as a result of that. So when I get the new wing, new body fitted to the car, I'm going to keep the rear wing at the same height to start with and see how we get on in terms of improving the tyre wear. If I can, I'd like to keep it on this side, as it is seemingly a little smoother. But the tyres are nearly at it. Tyres gone. I think our tyre's gone. Yep, tyre's gone. So, fronts look to have had it as well. So, new set of rears to go on there. Well, anyway, these battery packs are showing the power delivery of them from these batteries is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, particularly in this parallel combination. I mean, it's spinning all four wheels at any point in the rev range. It is definitely one of the combinations I'm going to be working on with this car, but this setup will take 8S. But at a rear tyre, as you might tell, has completely...
So what do we think of the RC Lipo batteries and a Felony in general under its new setup? These things aren't the cheapest of batteries, I will say, and I took a bit of a chance getting these, but the power delivery is everything I could possibly have hoped for. I was running this car flat out on these things for over 40 minutes, which is pretty good value on there. In fact, the tyres were the only thing that caused me to call a halt to the whole test on there. And at the start of this run, those tyres were in pretty good shape indeed. As I say, in this combination, it is not the cheapest of cars to run. If I don't drive it that nicely, it's getting through tyres about every 2 sets of battery packs through the car. But it is such fun to drive, it is untrue. Bodywork, I've got some major work to do on the aero. Cutting the rear wing down, major mistake, because it lessened the grip on the rear and I was getting wheel spin at just about any point in the rev range. When the car was going along, maybe about 65, 70, I'd go full throttle and I could feel and hear all 4 wheels lighting up. A lot of that is obviously down to the power of the motor and the ESC, but the icing on the cake has to be the power coming from those battery packs. As ever, time will tell with the batteries, because they could go puffy in a week, they could go puffy in a month, they could be fine for 2 years. We will only tell as time goes on. The only thing I changed over on them was the connectors, as they came with an EC5 on there, and the XLX2 comes with an XT60 connector on it, so I really wanted to stay with those. If anybody's interested in fitting the same setup to that car, I'll put a link to everything on the car, including that mount, which enables you to fit all of the stuff under the stock body. Anyway, I have a feeling this car may be capable of 120 plus with this combination on there, particularly when I go to 8S, which is going to be the next step after I've gone and ordered a new body tonight. Anyway, as ever, if you like what you see today, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.